Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Steve Early, your craft doctor, and I'm here with another video with the Crafter's Companion. It is the Rustic Sunflower set, and I wanted to do a card with this set for a long time, and so finally I just cut out the papers because I have the paper pad and just said, let me make something quickly and cute and that is easy for everybody to be able to do. One of those cards that's really quick. Really, this is going to be a quick type of situation that you can use with anything. This is a mimic from a scene die, the 3D scene die set from a few years ago. This is where I seen this card. Actually, I'm getting ready to start a series called a copycat, and what we'll do is we'll copy cards that we've seen before and bring them back to life so we won't forget about those old designs that we used to work with. I don't know why I have an obsession right now with heartfelt creation, probably because they're gone and I look for them every month, and now I don't have any new dies. So now I'm discovering my die sets and everything all over again. So let's get started really quickly. So I use the shaping mold. This is the shaping mold to shape the different dies. I cut these right from the papers. So if you have the papers, you don't have to worry about coloring. But if you don't, you can color your sunflowers. And these are like I took the sunflowers and I cut them all out. These are poinsettias, but they mimic, in my mind, they can mimic a sunflower. So when I get ready to do some big sunflower looks, I'm gonna use this large poinsettia. What I did for these, I stamped them with some brown um, ink from Stampin' Up, and cut them out with my brother's Scan and Cut because I don't have the die for this, or I couldn't find it if I do have it. And so I probably I probably got it somewhere and just don't know, but I can't find it. Anyway, so I'm just gonna put these in my drawer. I have a drawer set that when I cut out a bunch of any kind of design, I take these designs and I take these designs and I put them in there. And when I get ready to use them again, I have them. Also, I'll be using some of these for our classes that we're gonna have coming up, my craft classes, card making classes. Okay, so literally this is super easy, and I'm gonna give you the measurements as I go along. So these are the matte layers. If you notice this piece is short, it's short because I didn't have enough long enough paper. And so I'm gonna put this on the bottom and it's gonna be not noticeable that it's too short. And so the base card is 7 by 5.5. That's my base card. This is the card base. It's 100 pound Recollections Ivory. Then I have 5 1/4 by 6 3/4. That's this piece here. And then the next one should be 6. No, that's wrong. Oh yeah, 6 3/4. 6 3/4. So this one, this layer should be 6.5, because that's where it really supposed to be, by 5. 5, 5 1/4, 5.5. So it depends on how you mat. If you mat with eighths, then it'll be different. If you add with more, it'll be different. So it's really however you mat layer. But the base layer is 7 by 5.5. And you can do it different than me. You don't have to use that measurement. You can use 7 by 5, 6.5 by whatever. So it's really up to you on how you want your card. I'm going to try to do a series called 4 by 6 because I have so much 4 by 6 card bases. I don't know what to do with from the Crafter's Companion kits that we had, and so I'm going to start every card that I make will in the next like bulk for Christmas and stuff will be 4x6, just so I can get some of those out of my arsenal because they are plentiful, and I have so much 4x6 paper from all of those kits, and I know everybody probably have those too because they started doing ours. They was working with 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then all of a sudden they went to 4x6 and wouldn't stop. I don't even know if they have kits now that have 4x6 because I stopped buying them because I had so much. But we have so many dies, and we need to really start using them. So that's what I want to do. That's going to be my next series. That will be a separate series from my regular videos that I put out every Thursday. These copycats will come out probably on Tuesday. So this will be the first one that you'll see. Okay. So there we go. Oh, I messed up already. Let's see if I can bring this up. I wanted to change this out because that's the other thing. It's not going to be 100% a copy. It's going to be a few changes. Okay, I'm lifting that up because this on the original card went underneath here. I don't want the back to see those little tabs, so I don't want that to be like that. Okay, so next we have this piece here. This piece is, for my card now, is 9 1/4. 9 1/4. No, that's 9 1/2. 9 1/2 by 2 1/2. So this piece is 9 1/2 by 2 1/2, right? So it's 9 1/2 by 2 1/2, right? Okay. Then you score it at half. Score it at 2. You score it at a half, then 2. Then you turn it over and you score it at a half and 2. And that gives you your tabs. You cut out your edges just so you can give it a little bit more smoothness when you wrap this around this piece, right? Then it's simple as 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's put these on first. So then our matte layers are 5 1/4. Should be by 2 1/4. 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. Nope, that's wrong. Well, that might be right. Hold on. What did I say this was? Oh, yeah, by 2 1/4. So this is 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. And the matte layer doesn't matter. How you matte is your matte layer. So you may have to come up with your own numbers if you change. So if you decide to do this a different size, your mattes will be different. Or if you decide to mat it different, like I mat it with 1/4 of an inch, you might mat with 1/8 of an inch. It's just up to you. And then this piece, which is my matte layer, on top of there is 5 1/8 by 2 1/4. This should be 5 1/4. 5 1/4. I'm sorry, 5 1/4 by 2 1/4. So I just step down, automatic step down. But this is however you want it. I'm calling it a copycat series, but it's really not because things are different. Everybody worked different measurements. The base card is the one that's going to be the same. That's it. The base is going to be the same. And then I have side pieces. I'm going to mat these sides. So this mat is 2 1/2 by 1 1/2. 2 1/2 by 1 1/2. So that makes this piece here 2 1/4 by 1 1/4. And then I just step this down. Do I want to do it that way? Yeah. Then I just step this piece down by 1/4 of an inch. 1 by 2. Something like that. And then I just matted this right on here. That's all I did. And my blade is shabby. It's this paper, when the paper is thin, I get shabbiness on the edges, or maybe it's time for me to change my blade. But because this is a sunflower, I'm leaving it like that because, a lot of times sunflower is like a little shabby, chic flower. Okay, and so I'm literally matting and layering both sides of my design. Work. Let's go on here, just like that. So I'm matting both my designs. Just like this. Cute, 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 cute. Okay, since I want my pumpkins to be, you could do it either way. Like I can have my pumpkins like this or like this. So I really wanted the cascade to be like that. Okay, next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some glue on this tab. And I'm going to put this in here. And then I'm going to make sure that it's even with the bottom and the sides. Make sure it's even with the bottom and the sides. The way she did it on Crafter's Companion's site is she just put hers back here. I don't want mine to be shown, or I'm going to have to put a piece of paper back here, and I didn't want to do that. And so now I don't have to because it's matching in there. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. That's why you have to be careful when you put that bottom part on, or you'll have to take it loose like I did. So all I'm going to do is stick this in here. And it's going to match on the bottom and the sides, just like that. If you want to do one of these right here, you can. Do one of them right there to make sure it's on the bottom and the sides, you can. Just like that. Okay? And now, all you got to do is just go in there and put some glue. And glue that down. That bottom part. Glue that down on this side. Go in there and glue that down on this side. And now, those two pieces are glued down right in there. Okay? There you go. And now you have a box card that folds either way. And so you just make sure that you burnish really good to make sure that it folds both ways. See that? And then I'll take it back this way and I'll make sure that this one folds down like that. And that one folds down like that. So it folds down either way. See that? Wonderful. And now all you do is decorate it. That's it. So I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to take some of these. I did mold these. And so I'm going to put these together. Normally I use my hot glue, but I didn't turn my glue gun on. So I'm going to put this right here. And I'm going to stick these together. And I'm just offsetting them, the petals. Offset your petals. Am I offsetting them? Yeah, there you go. Offset your petals, just like that. And make sure that you got the right sizes that work together. Okay, so I'm going to put me some glue right here. And then I'm going to offset my petals. I just want, I got an ink pen right here. What I just really want to do is, I just really want to do this to the middle of them. And so I'm just making sure that the glue is sticking. That's it. And so I'm going to take these two petals and I'm going to offset these petals. And the funny part is, because I used the paper, I didn't have to color, which made this process go by a little bit quicker. The biggest part about it though is die cutting. So I'm mad that I did not start buying the digital digital papers, and so I'm going to fix that by creating my own version of them by stamping them, coloring them digital paper. So they're not like I'm not copywriting off of the Heartfelt Creations stuff, because even though they're out of business, it still would not be right to copyright off of somebody's work. Okay, and last one. Okay, and I could have done this beforehand, but I did not. I wanted to show you this is what I do. So see how quickly that has come together? Super quickly. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to start my building of my design. And then I'm going to put this, I'm going to start with this one here, the small one here, the next size down here, and then I'm going to take my leaves and I'm going to do some tucking of leaves. I'm going to tuck one right here. Right there. And then I'm going to take these two, or take two leaves rather, and I'm going to put these together like that. And then put some glue on this. And I'm going to tuck it under here. And put that baby right there. And sometimes what I do is I uh, cut my leaves sometimes. So if you feel that you need to cut them, please do. I'm going to take these all these are is little sunflower seeds. Yeah, sunflower seeds. And I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut these, put a little glue on them. I think that's still too big. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to add my one sunflower seed. I think I'll put it right there. And I had two. Where's my other two sunflower seeds? Where did they go? Oh, right here. And then I'm going to take these sunflower seeds and I'm going to put them right there as if they were dropping off of the sunflowers. And then I'm going to take my little bitty butterfly and I'm going to put my butterfly right there, like they're flying to the sunflowers. And I'm going to take my other one, but I want this one to be flat, and I'm doing it as if he was crawling to the sunflowers. Okay, Now we have this top part. It's pretty, but we're going to give this top part a little bit of dimension. I wanted to put this on here, but this is too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off this leaf, the stem, the leaf stem, just so I can have this right here. Well, actually, you know what? I did decide to put a leaf on there instead. So I'm going to take my sunflower and put the big one right there. I forgot I did decide to put the leaf. And then I'm going to take my second one and I'm going to put it right there. Right there. And then remember I said that you can cut the leaves. And that's what I'm going to do. Because this part doesn't need such a large portion of leaves. I'm going to put it right here at the top. Right there. And then this doesn't go to waste because I'm going to take this bottom part and I'm going to put this right here. See, put it right underneath here. So then we still have the use of that leaf and it kind of looks like it's one, even though it's not. Let's just tack down this here. Stick that down right there. And then I have another of one of my ladybugs. I'm going to put right there. I'm moving all of this stuff over here. I feel I want to put this in here, but I don't want to hide it, so we're not going to use it. If not necessary, don't use it. Okay. And that is our card design. And so it's a quasi box design. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? And so you can lay it down and fold it to mail it either direction like that. So next, what I'm going to do is we always got to give our stuff some blingage. I want the petals to be shiny, but I want the centers to be dull, like regular sunflower seeds do. Okay. I got another bottle of this lacquer. I need to find it. This bottle is getting to its end. You tell when your bottle is getting to its end because it starts getting thick. Plus, it's going to turn colors. Let's see if I can cut off. Let's see if that helped any. Of course it did not. Where is my golf tool? Okay, I know that helped. There we go. And this just gives it a little bit of glimmer and shimmer. Come on. There must be a glob of it that's dry somewhere at the top of this thing. And it's causing... Oh, yep, I knew it. Here it was. It just came out. It's okay. Okay, let's give us this a little sunshine. I'm gonna do some over here. Give it all a little zhuzh of sparkleness. Okay, give it some glimmer and shimmer. And if you don't have this lacquer, you also can use those pins. Matter of fact, let me get one so I can show you what I'm talking about. Excuse my reach. Some of these. And get these a little something something. Just like that. And don't forget your actual paper. You give them some little shimmer too, so they don't look dull. Alrighty. Let's, I think, let's give these some shimmer and shine too. Our leaves. And there we are. A cute box card made just from the papers of heartfelt creations, as opposed to taking the time and cutting them out and you just build your own box card, as it were. Right? What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you think this turned out good, um, or not. We can play with different designs and make stuff look fabulous with all of the stuff we already own. So that is a cute copycat die from the three scene. It's called 3D scene die, but Crafter's Companion, and you can go see it. They made this box card off of there, but they used those scene dies. I was literally going to buy those scene dies, and because I have the membership, it was only $60, $80 for four of them, something like that. And when they hit me with that $40 tariffs, I decided, no, we're not doing that. You're not gonna, I'm not buying a $60 set and paying over half for tariffs. So, unfortunately, that would be a no go for me. But I think this turned out wonderful, and I was able to copycat off of a Crafter's Companion video. So, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.